Hello, Jarrell here. Thanks for checking into Sungrand. Just wanted to give a quick check-in here and let you know how things are going. Massive thanks to Nintendo. They silently dropped the update for 3 Down Stars, which we've been working very hard to get out the door for about 9 months now. So thanks very much, Nintendo. Everyone's quite grateful for getting that 3 Down Stars update for the 3DS. So if you enjoy 3 Down Stars, please go ahead and download the update patch. That will be 1.5. In Europe, it's 1.51. It's the same thing. It's just a technicality. It's just a long, complicated process. So that fixes a ton of issues. For example, in the story mode, once you get to Annalise's section, you weren't able to progress the game. Unity, the development software we used, just couldn't manage the memory correctly, and it just kept crashing. So we've done a huge amount of work. We've had to reduce the graphical quality of textures in some places, and I did a huge amount of work to further optimize. I fixed a lot of glitches. There were some weapons, for example, there were some spots where you couldn't hit the blue medallions with certain weapons like shotguns. The rifles were a little bit hard to see through. There were a couple glitches here and there. One glitch prevented Soldier the dog from being unlocked in Frontier Fighters mode. So a lot of things have been fixed, and it is hugely thanks to all the great supporters who play Silver Falls and message me and let me know that there are things wrong. And since day one, there have been a lot of people out there who enjoy the game, and you guys, I'm so grateful to you. You are fantastic because the game is what it is now, and I think it's a way better product because you guys have made requests and you ask for features and let me know when certain things annoyed you and irritated you and you wanted certain aspects to be better. And a lot of those features and requests I did end up implementing. So thanks to you guys, 3 Down Stars is better. There are still a couple areas where the game, if you're playing a while, if you're going back and forth between large areas, the game can still crash, but that's not an issue. The auto save system will always save before the memory runs out on in the game, and then if you load your save file with the auto save, it'll always bring you back. So you never lose progress from the out of memory crashes. I've done absolutely everything I can, and I apologize that I couldn't totally get rid of it, but I've got the game as stable as I possibly can. And again, you never lose progress, so you just have to boot the game up and load again. For that, I apologize. Um, but on the upcoming HD remaster for 3 Down Stars on the Switch, that will not be a problem because Unity for Switch does not have the memory management problem that Unity for 3DS has. And unfortunately, it's totally out of my control for that. But let's look onward and forward to bigger and better things in life. Um, I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am for everyone that supported Silver Falls on the 3DS, and because of that, I'm going to give one last massive push for a couple of 3DS titles. So Nintendo did announce that they won't be accepting new game titles in the middle of next year, and so I'm pushing to finish Guardians and Metal Exterminators, which I've been a bit quiet on because I wanted to focus on other uh, games in the series, but now that game is about 95% complete, so I'm just polishing up Guardians and Metal Exterminators. And for the time being, I was co-developing um, the 3DS version and the Switch version simultaneously, but that started stretching me a bit thin, and I didn't feel that was the right time to sort of uh, do a split platform on that. So for now, I'm just focusing Guardians and Metal Exterminators for 3DS so I can speed up development on that and just get that submitted and out the door because I think people will have a lot of fun with that. It's more casual. You jump in, you play a couple missions, a couple minutes here and there. So if you're on the train, on the bus, or if you just want to chill at home and just have a pretty, um, you know, chill gameplay session, Guardians and Metal Exterminators will be that. Um, I'm glad I held off on finishing that one earlier this year because I have more story and lore and characters now that I'm writing Heavy Shadow and some other um, stories in the games in the series that can connect to Guardians and Metal Exterminators a bit more. So I'm quite happy with that. We'll be submitting that to Nintendo pretty soon. There will be an update coming for Undertakers, so I hope you guys have enjoyed Undertakers. There will be 3 new characters added. and we will be doing a few promo giveaways for codes to unlock a bunch of characters that are exclusive. Um, so please stick around for that. There are a couple of minor bug fixes. There was nothing really game breaking in that, but again, there is a little bit of a memory management issue in the story mode in game A. So I'm hopefully we can fix that. There's a couple of just funny glitches here and there that we fixed up, and yeah, in Game B, there will be three new characters and then an entirely new mode with Game C. That is an RPG battle mode, and there will be 10 playable characters in total. You have a team of three that you can send out into battle, and you equip them with, skill comics, which can change the way that, you sort of do battles. You can equip armor and you can equip an item to each character. And it's sort of well, it's not sort of, it's a real-time uh, touchscreen, and I thought it would be very fun to play the game in portrait mode. So I actually really enjoyed playing portrait mode DS games, and so I was, it's kind of a weird thing that we didn't get that many portrait mode games on the 3DS. And of course, yeah, you want to use the 3D on the screen. Developers wanted to use the 3D, so I'm foregoing the 3D with this Game C mode because Undertakers didn't use 3D anyway. So Game C and Undertakers is an RPG mode, and you'll have your characters on this side of the screen, and you use the touchscreen. You touch your character and you drag where you want them to attack, and they'll attack. And there's a bunch of different mechanics that we'll go over another time. So this game mode, I was a little bit I was umming and ahhing whether or not I was going to include that in this update or whether I would just do the three characters, but there is one more 3DS title that I want to work on, and it would use that exact same RPG framework, the RPG battle framework. Um, and so I thought, heck, okay, I sort of allotted my time and I said, how much would it take to do this? Okay, you need about these number of days for this, these number of days for this. And I thought, well, if I worked really hard, I could probably get the entire framework finished in a week, and that would have, like the database done, the characters, and Undertakers, the graphics is very easy. So that wasn't really a factor in it. But I thought, okay, if I push myself about a week, but I looked at my schedule and I'm writing Heavy Shadow every week. Um, and I'm developing Campfire Stories. I'm still keeping track of the other games in the series. I really have to keep a track of everything that's happening so I can make sure I have the right connections in terms of characters and lore and story, make sure I don't accidentally trip over something. So I do have to spend a lot of time with everything. But right now my focus is on Campfire Stories. And I thought, shoot, a whole week. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be crazy, and I'll see if I can I'm a crazy person because I said, let's see how far I get in a day. Can I mash this whole framework in a day? So I got up and I booted up the computer, the workstation for my one of my workstations, and I started hammering away on that thing, and I put on some music, and I've been listening to Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, and I thought, yeah, all right, yeah, 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 and got towards dinner time, and I thought, oh man, I've got a fair chunk of this framework done. So, I've spent the day working on it, and I've actually just about finished the game menu and the battle system for this new framework that I'll be using in the Undertakers update and this other 3DS game that I haven't mentioned. So I didn't get the whole framework done in one day, but I'd say I probably got realistically about 70% of it done. So that's pretty exciting. It might be the fastest I've ever mashed together a framework that's functional. But you know what? You listen to some good music, you sort of rock out, you tune out, and you just get in the zone, and you get a lot of work done. So. I'll announce that uh, extra title at at a later time when we're ready. So we're getting Guardians and Metal Exterminators, so that'll be nice. And that's uh, a dungeon crawler RPG action game. So there's real-time combos. The main appeal of that is you just sort of you're beating up enemies and you get to collect a huge range of weapons that all have different skills, and you can customize your characters. There's a bunch of different playable characters. They've all have different skills and whatnot, and you just build like a bunch of different combos, mixing and matching different weapons together. So it's quite fun. You just sort of get in the zone of kicking enemies in the face, and then whacking them in the face with a sword, and I think that's just pretty chill. And then we are working on Vicarious Brothers as well. And originally, that was going to be the very last 3DS title we were going to work on. So that's pretty far along in development, but I mostly need to start working on the graphics for that. So the programming is mostly done for Vicarious Brothers, and that's going to be a dungeon crawler RPG that's done. And you know what? I'm so worried I'm going to give someone a headache with these red graphics. We all know what the Virtual Way was like. Um, and we'll be getting those submitted. And again, I'll be using the framework that I just built for this new RPG mode for a third surprise 3DS game, and I'm mostly doing that as a thank you to everyone that's supported Three Down Stars and Silver Falls on the 3DS because I'm so grateful for that. And hey, if we don't get any more 3DS games after next year, then I want to give people something that they can still be excited about and have a new game for, and to say, hey, sayonara 3DS, thanks for the memories. It was a lot of fun. Boom, here's a couple more games that you can play, and they're designed to sort of last a while, and you can keep playing it again and again and again, and still keep getting sort of something fresh out of it. So yeah, fantastic. Thank you guys so much again for sticking around. I really appreciate your support. And if you can let other gamers know if you think they might like Episode Prelude on the Switch, go ahead and check that out. After I get these games, then I'll be updating that. Probably, hopefully, I can get that updated launched close to when we get Campfire Stories out there. Oh yeah, and we will be getting an update on Galaxy Bound Curse as well. I hope people out there are enjoying that. But I've been just catching some glitches and typos here and there, so I'd like to fix it. Um, but Heavy Shadow does tie quite heavily into Galaxy Bound Curse, and Heavy Shadow is a bit of a sequel. I mean, nothing's really a sequel in Silver Falls. The series is defined quite in a circular manner, but there's a lot of stories that are carried forward, and you kind of see where things go after Galaxy Bound Curse. So I'd like that to be in a better shape. And also, someone messaged me and pointed it out that there's a problem with the code linker, and if you have characters that are on the very end row, I had accidentally broken that, so you can't move the cursor all the way to the end. So I'm going to be rolling out an update to fix that up. Um, anyway, thanks for sticking around. I hope you guys are playing a lot of great games. There's so many great games coming out, uh, and I've sort of just resigned to to watching YouTube videos of them because I'm as you can sort of tell my schedule is jam packed. But you know what? I can watch YouTube and I can watch other people enjoy the games uh, while I do my work, and I can sort of vicariously enjoy all these games that are coming out. So I really appreciate you guys for sticking around. I'll try and get more content up on the channel as well. I've just been working on stuff that's really hard to put on the screen and make it entertaining. So we'll check back again soon. I'll see you guys around. Cheers.